good evening, everyone. Welcome to Bloomington City Hall, Civic Plaza, and our council chambers, and our finalist evening for Bloomington, the Hatch Bloomington Loves Local. Great to see everybody here tonight. Appreciate your coming in, despite the draw to be outside with the music and with the farmers market and everything going on. But it's a big night for our 10 finalists with our Hatch Bloomington Loves Local competition. If everybody here knows, but I think for the folks who might be watching, who will be watching, we've done Hatch Bloomington. This is our third year for Hatch Bloomington. And in the past 2 years, it has been a pitch competition that has narrowed down from 3 dozen pitches to 10 pitches to 5 to 3 to 1, and then we eventually had one winner. So 2 years ago, of course, it was our friends at Scramble and Egg. Last year, it was Book Mother. And we were all charged up and looking forward to this year, and staff came to me and said, you know what? We've got an idea. Rather than doing the whole thing for one winner, given the economic reality, given what we know our businesses are facing in the city of Bloomington right now, we think it would be a better idea if we did this in such a way that we could support existing businesses rather than starting up a new one. And that was kind of the genesis of the idea, and it has evolved, and I think we are at a place here where it is a great testament to Bloomington's commitment to our business community and creative and interesting and challenging ways to support that business community. And so we had, how many applicants did we have? 220 applicants, and we're down to 10. And it shows a couple of things. It shows the number of small businesses in Bloomington that are looking at this opportunity, the number of businesses that need this type of opportunity, which we certainly understand. And the top 10 that we're going to hear from tonight are certainly the folks who rose to the top. From 220 down to 10, it's a interesting winnowing, and it's a significant winnowing. And to see the 10 finalists here tonight, it's going to be interesting, and I'm looking forward to hearing from them. I want to thank everybody who's here. I know not all of the folks are here. The different finalists will be coming in, I think, probably at different times as they get closer to their time, and I understand that. So share this with them, but I'll share it with all of the finalists here tonight. Congratulations. Thank you for being part of the Bloomington business community. Thank you for your commitment to Bloomington and your willingness basically to take the leap. I've told our entrepreneurs each of the last 2 years that how proud I was of them, because it is a significant leap. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to do this kind of thing. My dad was a small businessman. It helped that he was an electrician, got fired by my uncle, which is another story, and then eventually started his own electrician company, Bussy Electric. I still have the magnets that go on the car. And I still have those. But to see that type of commitment that he had, the courage that he had to do that kind of thing, and at the same time, the absolute necessity. With 5 of us kids running around and not a whole lot of other options, he made the leap and did this kind of thing. So I know the grit that goes into owning a business. I know the grit and the determination, the courage, the determination not to fail, and you folks are certainly testament to that. So thank you so very much, and thanks for being here tonight and for being part of this. I know Zach is going to thank you, but I also want to thank these folks up front here, our judges for our competition. We've got a lot of folks who are doing this, I think, for their 3rd year. We've got a couple of new faces that I see, and appreciate all the time and effort that you put in. And I know how thoughtful you are in your deliberations. I know how thoughtful you are in your questioning and bringing this forward, not in a haphazard way, not in a beauty contest kind of way, but with solid questions and a real look at what businesses and business plans and what the future of these businesses might actually be. So thank you all so very much. Once again, thanks to our folks who have been here. And I also want to thank our city staff for the work that they have done on this. Sean, who is, give a wave, Sean. You've received a ton of emails from Sean, who has done outstanding work on this. And Barb Wolf, right behind here. Barb, give a wave as well. They do great work on this kind of thing. They have been the brains and the brawn behind it and have put on an outstanding program and have really developed this over 3 years. It has really changed and developed over 3 years. And we always say in the city world, you're successful when people copy you. And people, I can't tell you the number of folks who have talked to me from other cities who want to do this very type of competition, this very type of program, this type of support for their business community. So hats off to you Well done. Thank you so very much for all of that. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our master of ceremonies this evening, our new city manager, not really new anymore. He started in October, I guess, so it's not that new anymore. And I hope you've had the chance to meet him, and if you haven't, please do introduce yourself. Zach Walker comes to Bloomington from Independence, Missouri. We are so fortunate to have him, and this is his first time through Hatch, and I know he's excited to get going. Thank you all so very much. Good to see you tonight, and best of luck to everybody.
Thank you, Mayor Bussey. Appreciate those remarks. As the mayor said, my name is Zach Walker. I have the pleasure of serving as the city manager for the city of Bloomington, but tonight I get to be your Ryan Seacrest, so excited to step into that role. Pick your favorite host, whoever you want to go with. Since coming to Bloomington, learned a lot, but when it comes to our economy, I kind of look at it as a three-legged stool. We're known for and widely recognized for being the home of Mall of America. We're known for and widely recognized and deeply appreciative of the corporations that have chosen Bloomington to be their home. But equally a part of that, and the third leg of that stool, are the small businesses that have chosen Bloomington to be the place where they take that chance and that leap and open up their doors to the community. And we are all better for it. These businesses create jobs. They create gathering places for us. They provide services that we all need. And frankly, these are our friends and neighbors here in Bloomington as well. So tonight is really a chance to celebrate 10 of these businesses and learn more about the work they're doing and the plans that they have for the future. And we're excited to have that. So for a couple of housekeeping items before we move forward, I want to give all of our judges just an opportunity to briefly introduce themselves, who you are, and the organizations you're representing, so you know who you're standing in front of tonight. Exactly. Let's start. Councilmember Nelson.
I guess I'm Councilmember Nelson. Represent the city. I also am a small business owner, own a couple of companies that work throughout the region here, and love this program and super appreciative for the opportunity to be here as a judge and support local businesses. I love this community of Bloomington, and thank you for everything you guys do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lona D'Alessandro. I represent District 3 here in Bloomington. This is my third year as a judge. I come from the entrepreneurial space. I've been a part of a lot of startups and been acquired several times, and so I completely understand the grit and determination that Mayor Bussey spoke of. Super happy to be a part of this, and very, very excited to see what you all bring to the table tonight. Thank you.
I'm Antonelli Lindsay, representing the small businesses in Bloomington. So I have an office here in Bloomington, and I live in Bloomington. My company is Antonelli & Associates. It's a business consultant firm, and I work a lot with a lot of businesses and government and contracts in the Twin Cities. Also outside of the Twin Cities, also like Wisconsin, Iowa, and many neighboring, states, and a lot of contracts in the East Coast, international, and everywhere else. And I'm happy to be here.
And I'm Clint Roberts. I founded and own two businesses. One is a marketing agency of almost 19 years called One Simple Plan. The other is a almost 8-year-old music series in St. Paul called Lower Town Sounds. My third year participating in Hatch.
Can you hear me? My name is Billy Mazanga. I recently changed the job, so now I'm the program manager for the business consulting services at META, which is a business consulting nonprofit in Minneapolis. And this is my third year doing Hatch, and happy to be here.
Last and definitely least in this group of judges, I'm Joe Fatante. I am the president of Larkin Hoffman Law Firm, which has been a proud member of the Bloomington business community for over 60 years. My practice is representing various brands.
Awesome. How about a round of applause for all of our judges tonight? And again, thank you for not only the time you've given tonight, but for, I think, most of you, for all of the years of service that you've put in on this program. That is deeply appreciated. So, The rules for this evening, each business is going to have 5 minutes to present their pitch. And for those of you presenting, there is a stop clock over there. We'll keep an eye on that and let you know when your 5 minutes are up. After that, the judges, you're going to have 10 minutes to ask questions of the businesses that presented. And then after that, we're going to provide a few minutes for transition to get our next finalist in front of you. Most importantly, let's just remember that tonight is about celebrating these businesses. Starting a business certainly takes courage. Standing in front of all of these judges tonight takes even more courage. So let's make sure we show our appreciation for each of our presenters throughout the evening. So without further ado, here comes my first bad dad joke of the night. Adu's Auto Body Collision and Repair Center. You see what I did there? Juliana Feltrin and Adamari Feltrin, owner and operations coordinator at Adu's. Oh, okay, you guys use the microphone, sorry.
I can go here. Do you want to grab this? Should I click? Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm going to grab this one. My name is Julie Feltrin, owner of Alos Auto Body Collision and Repair Center. This is my daughter, Adamari Feltrin, our operations coordinator. For the past 12 years, Alos Auto Body has proudly served Bloomington by helping families get safely back on the road after accidents. Every vehicle we repair represents someone placing their trust in us during a stressful time, leading with honesty, quality, and exceptional customer service. Today, we like to share who we are, what our business means to our community, and where we're headed next.
Otto's Auto Body was started in 2014 by my father, Otto. His philosophy was simple: to treat people with honesty, do quality work, and stand behind every repair. My mom and I worked side by side with my dad every day. We learned about the business from the customer service to daily operations and caring for the people who trust us with their vehicles.
Last year, our lives changed when Ado unexpectedly passed away. Although we lost the heart of our family, we didn't lose the values the experience, our commitment. Although we lost the heart of our family, we didn't lose the values, the experience, or the commitment. Today, we're proud to continue leading the business with the same integrity, our customer care that have defined Ados Auto Body from the very beginning.
My mom and I continue leading the business together, carrying forward everything he taught us while preparing the business for the future. It is a responsibility we're incredibly proud to have.
Today, the work happening inside our shop reflects the standards we built over the last 12 years. Now it's time for our facility to reflect those same standards. Our roof has developed leaks that need to be repaired before they become a much larger problem. We'd also like to improve our exterior lighting and security, build an accessible customer restroom, and continue maintaining the building. These aren't cosmetic improvements. They're improvements that create a safer workplace, improve accessibility, and provide a better experience for every customer who walks through our doors. After navigating one of the most challenging years in our lives, our focus is to continue serving our customers and supporting our employees. Completing these improvements will allow us to create a safer and more welcoming environment for both our customers and our employees. They'll improve accessibility, strengthen our business, and help us continue competing as an independent, family-owned collision center. Most importantly, they'll allow us to continue serving Bloomington with the same commitment we have since 2014. When we think the last 12 years, one word comes to mind: trust. Customers trust us with their vehicles. That trust has allowed us to build lasting relationships throughout the community. We're honored that our customers recognize the commitment by voting us Minnesota Best in 2014 and 2016. Those awards mean so much because they come directly from the people we serve.
My dad believed that when you take good care of people, everything else follows. That still is how we run our business every single day.
We spent the last 12 years earning our community trust. Our commitment is to continue building on the foundation, strengthening our business, and serving Bloomington with the same integrity, quality, and care that have guided us from the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you both. Okay, judges, we'll switch to you now, and you'll have 10 minutes as a group to get your questions out.
Can you hear me? There it is. First of all, on behalf of all the judges, we want to extend our deepest condolences to you in the loss of your husband and your dad. It's amazing that you guys continue on in the tradition that you continue on in. I feel like I might have used your services, which is probably a comment on my driving ability. But in any event, I would be curious to hear from you as to the amount of money that you are requesting from the judges, from the panel, from the competition.
Well, the main thing would be the roof. Honestly, that would be the most important thing in our list. Leaking, with winter coming, it's would be the priority. And with that said, the roof is pretty expensive. We've seen quotes between 30 to 40, roughly. Mm-hmm.
Where does most of your business come from? Is it individuals? Do you get referrals from various organizations? What is your business model in that respect?
All of the above. So we get, we're not direct shop from insurances, but they do refer us. We speak Spanish, so they'll refer a lot of the Hispanic community to us as well. And a lot of them are walk-in, but most of them are referrals.
And then my follow-up question is, again, to Joe's point, my condolences to you and your family, and you're both spectacular people for continuing on and being there. My family is a small business and lost my brother when he was young, and I saw the impact it had on my parents in our small business. So congratulations to you for being here tonight. This story touches my heart.
Thank you.
My question is, we're looking at businesses that have been impacted. Obviously, there's that impact. Have you been impacted by other external factors outside of your business in terms of labor, in terms of workers, being able to come in terms of clients being willing to come in? Obviously, we've had a number of things with costs of goods, tariffs, and things like that. Could you explain how your business has been impacted by those and how this might help you get through that and continue to survive and thrive?
I mean, this year has been by far the toughest year of both personal and with the business. With the whole the immigration issue that we had a lot of employees that we had to help transport from their house to work, and it's just been kind of crazy that the community has actually stepped up. And I don't know, but we feel like we're very supportive by them, and a lot of the customers that we do get are local, and a lot of them do know us, and if you come in, you'll definitely see one of us there, always.
Thanks again for being here. Really appreciate it. What's when you think about absent the challenges that you've had with your the passing of your dad and husband and Metro Surge and all of those things, absent that, was there a growth trajectory that you were anticipating? And can you talk to us a little bit about what that growth trajectory for your business might look like, assuming we get on the other side of this and have some support here? Do you have plans for expansion? Are there plans for hiring additional workers? Like what was in flight for you as it relates to either growth or expansion?
So as far as expansion, we can't really expand more where we are. The one thing that would help and that would make us be like direct repair with insurance would be that customer bathroom, because we've had the talk with State Farm, Progressive, and that's the big one for them. Mm-hmm.
And just as a quick follow-up then, you're saying that insurance companies would be more likely to refer business to you if you were able to have that accessible bathroom. Is that what you mean?
They do refer us, but we're not their direct repair shops.
Okay, got you. So they would send business to you as part of their business model if you had that accommodation.
Correct.
Understood. Thank you.
How has your business performed the last several years? Has it been flat? Is it growing? Is it dipping?
It's been pretty well. Yes, we're even with all the challenges we've had, we've still been able to pay bills and pay employees and that. Mm-hmm.
How big is your staff?
We have 4 techs and her and myself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So 6.
Hello. What's your plan in marketing? In marketing your business to get additional clients and to increase your revenue from that?
Well, we do when we have social media, of course. We do have as well. We've worked with high schools, Kennedy and Jefferson. We've done like ads on their sports page when they have football season or soccer season. So we try to work with the community. We've also tried to work with outside Bloomington schools to see we get a lot of calls to be advertised in there.
Any other questions from the judges? Okay, well, how about one more round of applause for Juliana and Adamari? Okay, I think we need just a minute for transition, and then we'll introduce our next contestant. Minute's up. Second contestant tonight from Afghan Darbar is Rizwan Kazizada, here to present.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm very thankful to be here tonight. Imagine visiting Bloomington and experiencing a culture you have never encountered before, not through a museum or a history book, but through a meal that makes you feel like family. That is the experience we strive to create every day at Afghan Darbar restaurant. My name is Rizwan Kazizada, and I'm the co-owner of Afghan Darbar, a family-owned restaurant proudly serving authentic Afghan food here in Bloomington. Our story. My journey to this stage has been shaped by resilience, determination, and gratitude. After coming to the United States, I attended Normandale Community College here in Bloomington before transferring to Minnesota Metropolitan State University, where I graduated with honors and earned my bachelor's degree in international business. Before becoming business owners, my brother and I proudly served in the U.S. military as interpreters. That experience taught us leadership, resilience, teamwork, and service that continued to guide every decision we make today. Bloomington gave our family the opportunity to build a new life. Today, we are proud to give back by creating jobs, serving our neighbors, and contributing to our local economy. About Afghan Darbar. Afghan Darbar is more than a restaurant. It is a place where people from every background come together, experience authentic Afghan cuisine, learn about our culture, and enjoy the warm hospitality that always has been central to Afghan tradition. Sorry. Why we need funding. Thanks to the incredible support of our customers, Afghan Darbar continues to grow. However, our kitchen and dining space are reaching their capacity. To continue serving our growing customer base while maintaining the quality of the quality our guests expect, we are requesting funding to invest in the following critical areas. First, kitchen equipment and hood systems. Our first priority is replacing our aging commercial hood system and upgrading essential kitchen equipment. These improvements will increase efficiency, improve food safety, reduce operating costs, and allow us to serve more customers during our busiest hours. Restaurant improvements. We also plan to remodel portions of our restaurant to create a more welcoming and comfortable dining environment while improving the functionality of our kitchen workspace. Where is the timer? Sorry. Oh, okay, thank you. Funding request. We respectfully request $40,000 from the Hatch Love Local program. Our investment plan includes $25,000 to replace our commercial hood system and upgrade essential kitchen equipment, $10,000 to purchase other equipment, 2 new coolers and a stove, and $5,000 for the restaurant remodeling and customer experience improvements. Community impact. Investing in Afghan Darbar means investing in Bloomington. We purchase from local suppliers whenever possible, create local jobs, pay local taxes, and continue reinvesting in our community. Beyond the economic impact of Afghan Darbar, helps make Bloomington more welcoming and diverse by bringing together people from different cultures through food, hospitality, and meaningful connection. When you invest in Afghan Darbar, you are investing in much more than a restaurant. You are investing in immigrant entrepreneurship. You are investing in local jobs. You are investing in cultural diversity. You are investing in family-owned Bloomington business with a vision for long-term growth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rizwan. Judges, you will now have 10 minutes for questions.
Yeah, just 2 quick questions for you. But before I do that, thank you for your service to our country.
You're welcome.
Very grateful for that.
Thank you.
In terms of impacts on your business, if I understand correctly, you're fairly close to 494, which may have a bit of construction going on for now until eternity. And
That's true.
obviously, immigrant base, you mentioned that, and tariffs and things like that. Can you explain to us the impact that those things have had? And then my second question is, if we weren't able to fully fund your request, do you have capacity to get other funding to fill that gap?
Sure, yeah. I mean, you all know the impacts that for the last couple of years that we had, whether it was the ice surge in Minnesota or the construction that you mentioned on 494, and other impacts of other things that's going on in Bloomington. That's actually impacting us a lot, and sometimes I feel like it's very stressful, like you cannot do anything about it, but you have to still survive, yeah, it really affects us. So, and what was your second question, sorry?
If we aren't able to fully
yeah.
fund your request, do you have capacity to?
So yeah, thank you for that great question again. So I would like to thank our great community and here in Minnesota. Since we started the business, actually we were not expecting, because we were just new to this country. Like I mentioned, we worked with the military, and coming here we did not have that much funding. But thanks to the communities here in Minnesota, without them we would not be able to be here, today. So yeah, we would still be, relying on the community if we need extra funding. Thank you.
Thank you again for your for being here. Congrats on being here, and thanks for your service as well. My dad was career military, so I appreciate folks that sign up for that, and I know the complications associated with your service. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm grateful that you're here, and your food looks amazing. So I can't wait to stop by and say hi. Talk to me a little bit about that. You kind of mentioned how you source locally, and what that chain of access to the ingredients and everything. How has that been impacted at all by some of the economic challenges that we've had? Do you see? I'm assuming costs are rising and other things like that. Can you describe a little bit like how maybe being able to be local has potentially buffeted you from some of that real impact? And if so, tell us more about that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're international restaurant, so most of our items, not most of them, but the fresh meat is locally produced here in Minnesota, which is a very good thing. But other items we are getting it from other countries, and the tariffs actually impacted us when there were tariffs on some of the items. It did impact us a lot because the suppliers were they increased prices. But I think now it has coming back to normal, which is a good thing too. So other than that, prices are going up pretty much for everything. So it's impacting us a lot.
Congratulations in making the top 10. So my question to you is that, so you requested $40,000, right? And give us a detail about what that would entail. If we were to just give you $10,000, what is your priority with that $10,000, and how is that going to impact the growth for your business?
Yeah, sure. I mean, anything, I would say, if we're going to get whatever we are expecting, that will be great. But if I cannot fix the hood at this time, then I would at least have new coolers. Even, I think 2 days ago, we had Jessica, our great city inspector. She said she recommended that to actually replace one of the coolers because it's functioning, but it's, when the weather was too hot, like last couple of days, and it was not very good, but it was working. She approved it that time, but she recommended to, replace the coolers. So that will help actually to, at least invest in the coolers, and in the stove is also very old because that restaurant, when we took over, it was already 10, 20 years old. Yeah.
How has your business gone? Are you reaching your goals? Is it kind of within your vision?
I mean, I'm very excited. Actually, I love, what I'm doing, and I have a big goals for in the future. I'm planning to open our next location maybe in a couple of years in Maple Grove. And our business is doing, good right now. It's, But some of the things that if we fix those things, I think it's gonna be very good. It will be positively impacting our business, and it will give us the opportunity to improve and to grow more in the future.
You mentioned the hood. I'm just trying to understand. I don't know anything about hoods or anything like that. How does that impact your business or your restaurant operations, or what's the benefit of replacing a hood?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, the hood is the part that actually makes me, consider a lot, because when we opened the restaurant, our main goal was to serve the fresh, live kebabs. But with the it's 8 feet hood, you cannot. There's only like 4 burners, and then we have a tandoor oven. It's very limited, but we could not do the kebabs that I wish to start the kebabs. Like if you've been to other big cities like Los Angeles, California, or New York, I have friends there. They have restaurants, and their restaurants are popular just for the kebabs, But we don't have anything here in Minnesota like for live kebabs. We still make some kebabs, with in the tandoor oven. Which should be actually cooked with the charcoals, because the charcoals gives it a flavor. But still our customers are loving it. But we cannot do in a big quantity, which I want to do in the future.
How many employees do you have?
We currently have 9 employees.
And can you talk a little bit about how you were affected during the ice surge? Did you have to close? Did you lose employees? What did that look like?
So I wish I had time to tell a story of what happened actually. I will just make it short. One of the customers, he took the food from us, and when he got out, the ice were outside in the parking lot. And it's a big story, but he gave me his phone number because he had some issues with his car. But I told him I will call the mechanic for you because he did not speak English. So then when I got out, I see that ice already took him, and his car was there for like 1.5 months, and I thought the ice might took him, but I was not sure. But after 3 months, I think he was back, and he came into the restaurant, and he was crying because he was so happy, and he was so excited. That was one story I wanted to share with you, but it also affected my business. So we lost 2 of our main employees. They are legally in the country, but they have green cards and everything, but they were just scared. They didn't want to come to work, and that affected our business a lot, because restaurant is something like if you're a chef, you have an experienced chef, and if he's not there for like 2-3 days, then the customers will also notice, the taste will change in the food. And it was very, bad days for me those days, but thank God. And I would like to thank the Minnesotans. They stood up. I really appreciate that. That's incredible.
Okay, judges, thank you for those thoughtful questions.
Thank you.
Rizwan, thank you again for your
Thank you so much
presentation.
for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, our next finalist comes to us from a business very conveniently located near Civic Plaza, 9 Mile Brewing Company. And tonight we're going to hear from owner Bob Countryman and CFO Jim Merritt. Let's give it up for Bob and Jim.
All right. Hello, everyone. First of all, I wanted to thank the committee. I know this is a lot of time, so really appreciate that, and really appreciate the city just having this initiative and the staff that made everything go. So thank you all for doing that. We've got a lot of information to cover, so I'm going to kind of get going. So just to kind of touch on this, we are Bloomington's first brewery. We researched this when we were going to open, and they went back in the records, and Bloomington had never had a brewery before. So we're very proud of that fact. And on our landing page, it says that our goal is to be rooted in the community of Bloomington. We want to be part of that community. I think we're part of that community, and we embrace that. Our goals really are to make sure that we're providing excellent beer, NA options, a variety of different things to suit all different tastes, to make sure that you're getting great service and that we have a very welcoming space. A little bit of our background, just Bloomington didn't have a tap room, and there's some reasons for that, too long to go into, but tap rooms are kind of unique and they're fairly new. So in the last 15 or so years, you see tap rooms starting to pop up in cities all over, and I feel like it's a unique type of model and that Bloomington really deserved to have that. Can you hear me? Sorry. Okay. So our roots, our ownership is 100% either Bloomington born and raised or that currently lives in Bloomington. Again, we really want to be rooted in the community. We have a group of almost 500 patrons and founders that help support and help get us open. So that's very important to us. Our space, I think Zach just mentioned it, we're conveniently located just 2.5, 3 blocks away from Civic Plaza. We're very centrally located so that we can serve all of Bloomington. Our tap room is very wide open and spacious, so it allows for a lot of people to come and gather. We have a 120-person event space seated for dinner. It can hold 180, and we did put a patio in right away because if you live in Minnesota, except when it's this hot maybe, you want to get out in the summer. Who we serve, really everybody. We want to be a welcoming space to everybody, and I think we've really worked hard to do that. We provide a lot of different options, a lot of different events, a lot of things that will bring people to our tap room. So community engagement, very important to us. We formed a group that we call the Extra Mile Volunteers because we go the extra mile. So what we do is actually physically get out and do volunteer work. We've partnered a lot with Bloomington Park and Rec. In 2025, we put in over 100 hours of community service with Bloomington Park and Rec, doing things like buckthorn cleanup, doing things like native seed gathering to plant new native habitats. We support local organizations through a number of different ways. One, they can come to our space and rent our event space for 50% to hold things like silent auctions or just other fundraising events. We have donated over $22,000 back to the community since we have been opened in direct cash donations to qualified 501c3s. And really, I just want to assure the city, everybody here, that that's an ongoing commitment. We feel very strongly about that, and we will continue that. And I really like to think of us as kind of a third space. You know, first space is your home, second space is your work. Third space is a place you can go relax, you can hang out, meet other people, exchange ideas, talk, and it's a safe space. And we're really proud that we have become that. So our journey, it's really been an evolving marketplace. I'm not sure if people follow the craft beer news, but craft beer has changed over the years. Going into this pre-pandemic, craft beer was on the rise. Sky was the limit. Post-pandemic, we've seen some changes there. So people's drinking habits have changed, demographics have changed, and we've had to do some significant pivoting in our business model to help those, or to help navigate those changes. The most important of which is we installed a kitchen about 1.5 years ago, so that broadens our appeal for families coming in for meals. Just it's bring the team in after a game. We're pizza focused, so it's every kid likes pizza, right? So we think we got a wide variety of food besides pizzas, but that's sort of our focus. We partner with the Bloomington's Lions. They are an organization that's been in Bloomington for 75 years. They just had their 75th anniversary, and they have contributed to Bloomington for years and years and years, and we have partnered with them to do charitable bingo and charitable pull tabs, which goes back to the community. Again, we really try to focus on events that will bring people in from all different walks of life. We have cribbage tournaments once a month. We hold bingo. We have all sorts of different things to bring people in and make sure that we're a welcoming space to all. And in terms of our current state, what we're really looking at is some stabilization, optimizing our efficiencies so we can really begin to grow significantly. And I'm going to turn it over to Jim.
Yeah. So what we're asking for is, over the last 2 years, we've worked really hard to kind of bring in incremental revenue streams. So that includes bringing the kitchen in, increasing our community events, and kind of the next stage of the game is broadening our licensing. So bringing in an additional revenue stream. So we've had to invest in some leasehold improvements, and that's in process. Changing our licensing, and then investing in some upcoming staff. So currently have 23 employees. We're looking to expand that to 28. And so what we're asking from the foundation is a $25,000 for those 3 items. We believe the investment will move us from being a stable environment, which we are now, to really a growing and thriving part of the community for the years to come. So again, what this would mean for 9 Mile is continued growth through the investment, growth in our employment, and continuing to be an important part, we think, of the community.
Okay, thank you, Bob and Jim. Judges, we'll turn it over to you now for 10 minutes.
Hello. All right. Quick question. What were you guys up to before you decided to start a brewery in 2020?
I was in the insurance industry for 31 plus years. The goal was not necessarily for me to run the brewery, but that's kind of just how the situation evolved. And so here we are. Took the leap.
What is a leasehold improvement?
So due to some licensing changes, we actually had to invest about $12,000 in a ceiling over the bar, over both bar areas, which was not required by the Department of Ag, but which is required by the Department of Health. So that was a very specific number that we invested in.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for what you've done in our community. I know a ton of groups that go there and enjoy it, including my family. You said did you already invest in those leasehold improvements, or are you looking to do those in the future?
We've invested in some of those improvements, but some of the things like adding staff, I mean, I think with the new licensing change, we can really increase our events, and we can increase we've looked at catering to local businesses, which we haven't had the staff and the ability to do.
Okay. And can you give us a little bit more details in terms of how you're looking to transform that business? I think I read some of the information that you had provided with regards to the diversity of options for
Sure.
beverages, not just your own, not just non-alcoholic, but other things. Can you give us if we invest in this, what are you going to do, and how is that going to change for the community?
So by making this license change, what we've actually done is really opened up a variety of options that we were not able to serve before. As a brewery tap room, you can only serve beer that you have produced on site, no other alcohol. You can have NA options. This allows us to serve wine, hard cider, seltzers, so a variety of other things, which really then just broadens the appeal. And we think will bring in a lot more families, a lot more Bloomington residents, just really attract a new group into the tap room.
This isn't really a question for you, but it's just more of a comment. I'm so sorry that we can't have dogs inside anymore. As a dog owner, I will continue to fight that at the state. It makes absolutely no sense to me, and I think that would be one of the best changes we could make to help your business, because it's such an awesome place where, someone's golden retriever would come up and, want to be petted. It's great.
So we did look into that. We actually did pass that all the way up to the Department of Health. The head of Department of Health, they gave it a good look, and they still said, no, we're not going to allow it because we were to make some physical changes. The way that really can be changed is through the legislature, honestly. And that's been brought forward before, but has never gained enough traction. So if people want that, you got to get involved and talk to your reps. Yep.
Congratulations in making the top 10. And also, looks like your business is doing really well. Right. So if you do not get funding, would that break anything? Would that change anything at all?
It would really probably slow our investment. Again, we when we opened in 2021, there was a nice trajectory, but then we saw year-over-year declines. So, for example, from 23 to 24, we had a 12.5% decline in our revenue. So that really brought the business down to where it wasn't break even. So now we're at a break even point, but we think the investment, especially in people, will accelerate that growth and really kind of get us more in a thriving environment than a stabilization.
Thank you.
You're pivoting your format, which makes sense. Are you still bullish on the craft beer category?
Yes. So I don't think craft beer is going anywhere, but I think that it just does allow options. We've seen other businesses do that, and we've actually heard that their beer revenue has not gone down. So that is, we still want to, I want to be known as a brewery that makes really good beer, really good craft beer. That is kind of why we started out, but we do want to give options to people that craft beer is not their thing.
Was your business affected by the ice surge, and if so, how?
I would not say it was significantly impacted. We do have a number of staff that were very nervous that would have been at risk because of their backgrounds. So we did take some steps to address that publicly on social media, as well as signage in our tap room to basically help keep our staff feeling safe. One of the things that I think it did, honestly, in sort of a positive light, was it brought the community of Bloomington together to help support those impacted by ice. The Bloomington Mutual Aid Society had 2 supply and fundraising events at the tap room, and I was amazed and very heartened to see how many people came out to support people that were afraid to leave their house. They couldn't go to Target to pick up toothpaste. I mean, I think it showed how we can play a part in the community and really help give back.
When I go to different breweries, a lot of them have very specific niche markets for their events. So like this is a Timberwolves brewery, this is whatever. Do you guys have any niches or like groups of people that you invite to your space?
I would say we don't have any particular niche. Again, we really try to be wide open to anything. So for example, on every other Monday, we have a group of, I'll just say game nerds, sorry, but they come in and they take up 3 big tables and they have backpacks full of games, and they can just hang out and play games. One other thing that I didn't mention before that I think is different about tap rooms, because we do not have table service, because you go to a counter, you can come to the tap room, hang out with a book and 1 beer or a soda, and no one's going to put any pressure on you to leave. So I think that is really a unique part of tap rooms. And again, we're a very large space with a variety of seating options, so we really want to accommodate anybody. But to your point, honestly, no niche. We want to be creative and have different groups for different things.
Yeah, I would say if there's one niche, it's really community. I mean, it is. Yeah. We've really kind of focused. The 9 mile was intentional because the creek runs right through East and West Bloomington. 3 of the owners grew up on the east side, 3 grew up on the west side, and so.
We don't play favorites with high schools.
Nope.
Okay, judges, thank you again for those questions.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bob and Jim. I would invite you, if you want to come Monday night. We have a different group of nerds that gather in this space here. So, yeah, absolutely. I think he's talking about us. Okay, well, yeah, that's right. We're the cool ones. Our next finalist comes to us from Bloomington Garden Center and Landscape Company, and joining us tonight are the co-owners, Barb and Eric Pedersen. Let's give a warm welcome to Barb and Eric.
Well, my name is Barb Pedersen, and along with my husband, Eric, and my grandson, Roman, we own Bloomington Garden Center and Landscape Company on Old Cedar Avenue. Bloomington Garden Center is the oldest continually running business in Bloomington. In 1919, Merle Kidder started out selling shrubs and goldfish. His wife was a beloved elementary school teacher in Minneapolis. I think she supported his business. Eric and I moved into ownership beginning in 1994 when we moved into the house on the property. Eric's parents had taken over from Merle Kidder in 1959. We moved in with our 2 sons, Alex in the back and Sam, who were then 5 and 3. And let me tell you, the stories and adventures began. And they continue to this day, now with our grandchildren. Tonight we have 4 generations here. Brad is sitting in the back. He's 90. Alex is something like in his 30s. Eric and I, and then we've got Rome's here. Eric and I have run this business as a family. Our customers and employees are family. We have been the first job for many, like Matt Demick, Matt started out as a carryout while he was in middle school. Now he is our social media expert and event planner. His real jobs include Bloomington School Board and a food shelf director. Kathy has worked here for almost 40 years. She brought her children and now her grandchildren to work with her and teaches them gardening. We are a big part of the fabric of the Bloomington community as a business and a family. Eric is a Kennedy grad. Our sons are Indian Mound, Valley View Middle, and Kennedy grads. We worship in Bloomington. We donate to schools, churches, food shelves, and do our best to support other small local businesses. We added food trucks to our weekends in May. We were one of Scramblin' Eggs' very first events. We work with Cedar Liquor to take their cardboard boxes for our carryout trays. It reduces their waste and reduces our costs for purchasing boxes. BGC is like Cheers. Customers are greeted by name. Grandparents shop with their children and grandchildren. Our family news is shared while we learn their news. And it is hard when some faces do not come back and a child or a friend shares the news of the passing. People make a point to tell us because it matters. Two customers stand out. One is in her 90s. She now heavily relies on a cane. She is quite bent over, but she plants a garden, weeds her yard, maintains her flowers. She shops at BGC. She brings her pots back to recycle, and she lets me know what works and what doesn't. Another comes in, he makes very small purchases and shares what is happening in his life. His wife is not well. He does a lot of the cares, and I truly think he pulls pots out of his neighbor's garbage to bring back to us to recycle and have us to talk to. So here's why we have put our business into the Hatch mix. We want to make our entrance to the store and to the Spring House more accessible. We want to do this for customers and for our employees. Both areas have old blacktop done in 1969, full of potholes and erosions. We battle groundwater and tunneling animals. We live on a hill. Our parking lot is actually above our store, and it's a downhill walk to the store and Spring House, and then an uphill walk back out. We want BGC to be usable by gardeners from the youngest, right down here, to the oldest, from strollers to walkers and scooters, and we want Kathy to be back. Our hope is to tear out the old blacktop in two specific areas. First, the entrance into the store, to regrade, to direct water runoff better, remove potholes, adjust the walk into the store, and make it more gradual. We want to repave with safety in mind. We want the turn into the Spring House to be easier on people and carts and employees. At the end of a shift at BGC, employees know they can grab a dilly bar. It gives us a chance to reconnect, share a story, laugh, and cool off. We have some over there in the cooler, and you're all welcome to grab one if you want. There's no better way to end a day than with a dilly bar. I want to thank you for this opportunity. I filled out the form for Hatch on a whim. I never imagined I would be here. I am grateful to be in the top 10, and I thank you again for this opportunity.
All right, thank you both. Great presentation. Judges, we'll give you 10 minutes.
Right, thank you so much for being here. I'm a huge fan of your store, and I come every spring. I do. So do you know? Have you gotten bids for these projects, and can you tell us a little bit about what you're hoping to cover here with a benefit?
We have a bid at $12,000 to do the two areas of blacktop.
That's perfect. Great, thank you. And can you talk a little bit about? I know you're a seasonal business.
Right.
What is the so looking at this year versus previous years, what have you noticed about this season that's either more positive or more negative in light of everything that's been going on in the state so far?
Oh my gosh. People need the joy of plants. They need the joy of color in their lives. And I think, well, we weren't affected by Metro Surge. We were affected by people still feeling that gloom that went with it, and people would come in and just see things blooming, and you could tell you can't help but smile when you're around flowers. we try and make it lighthearted, you know, and I mean, kids are there, dilly bars are there, the food trucks on the weekends make it crazy fun. So we try and, you know, we want it to be a destination for people and to bring their families and to bring some color into their lives.
So you're seasonal, and you function from spring to all the way to fall. Do you have any cost at all or anything during the winter? Like, what does that look like?
Our cost the winter, we still have insurance. We still get to pay for storm and sewer, City of Bloomington. You know, Centerpoint, Excel, any of those kind of things still happen regularly. So our income that we do get for the months that we're open, is used to cover the rest until we start back up in the spring. Yeah.
Hello. What are your guys' different kinds of product lines? Is it flowers? Is there edibles or like food? I guess like what? Help me understand all the things you sell.
So we sell perennials. We sell shrubs, we sell flowers, and we do a whole section on herbs, tomato plants, peppers. We'll grow, if somebody wants something, we'll try and grow it for them. The hot peppers we've brought in. But yeah, there's edible food, you know, the tomato plants are the big thing. We sell, how many, Brad? Thousands?
No.
8,000.
A year.
A year? A year. He's the expert.
Well, we plant tomatoes in my backyard, so we'll be back there next year.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we've got about 15 varieties of tomatoes. And so
It's a lot of tomatoes.
It's a lot of tomatoes. We could have brought you tomatoes tonight.
Yeah, right?
Or we brought you dilly bars.
Better choice with the dilly bars on the tomatoes. Probably more of a crowd fan favorite. How many employees?
We have about 15. It kind of varies. But 15 usually are there every year.
Full time?
No.
Okay.
Eric and I are really the only full-time employees. Probably, they're spread out over a week, 2 to 3 shifts a week of about 6 hours.
What do you do in the wintertime?
Eric drives school bus for Bloomington Public Schools. And I'm newly retired from everything, and I'm a grandma and doing other fun things.
The most important jobs. Thank you.
It is. Thank you.
I have one other quick question for you.
Yeah.
We're all in agreement that dilly bars are the best. I think I heard that.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem there. Where I'm assuming you don't start growing your stuff. Like, where is that happening? Where is like the off-season growing happening? Do you have on-site grow houses, or do you do that elsewhere? How's that work?
4 greenhouses. We do start something from seed, but a lot of our stuff comes from Wagner's or Malmberg's, where they direct seed into plug flats that they supply to all the garden centers around. And so we have not placed our order yet for that. That's coming up, but we have placed our order for 2027 for all the perennials and shrubs.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And the dilly bars are still getting pushed, so let's not forget those. All right, well, our next finalist comes to us from Bloomington Mow and Snow, and here to represent them is owner Cameron McNulty. Give it up for Cameron.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cameron McNulty. I'm the owner of Bloomington Mow and Snow. I just want to start by saying thank you to everybody for putting this on. Thank you to the City of Bloomington and Sean Lundy for helping coordinate and communicate, make sure I get everything back. Just click it right here. So yeah, I'll just get right into it because I know you guys are going to have questions for me. I tried to keep the slides as short and to the point as possible, so I'll just get right into it. All right, so who we are, Bloomington Mow and Snow is a landscape maintenance company offering lawn care, property cleanup, and snow removal related services. We started out of my mom's garage in 2021 with an electric push mower that belonged to her and the desire to take lawn mowing off of people's to-do list. Since then, we've grown to a team of 8, which includes myself, my office manager, May, who's joining us remotely, and 6 field employees. I don't know if any of them are going to make it tonight, but it's Luis, Marcos, Ramiro, Jason, Jared, and Joseph. We are proud to say that we work with over 350 customers in the area on a recurring basis, and we plan to continue expanding our reach over time. These photos here, so I'll just go really quickly into them. That first photo at the top left, that is me in 2021 with my mom's stuff. And I actually put that photo on Craigslist. Believe it or not, people look for lawn mowing service on Craigslist. So if you didn't know, now you know. To the right of that, that's my cousin Nate. This was a couple years ago. Nate was a big part of the start of the business because he would help me out on the weekends doing projects like trimming bushes, things like that. So, and then down at the bottom, that was last year. Last year was when I'd say we really started to make like a big push and started to get some traction. Picked up a couple guys. We were still at my mom's house, but we had a couple trucks then running around and just figuring things out. And then later last year, that bottom right photo finally got out of mom's house, which I'm sure she's really happy about. And we got ourselves a self-storage unit and added another person. So that was that bottom right photo there. And then just this year, we finally got our own shop space. We're actually right a couple blocks away off of Humboldt, next to Kennedy Transmission. I don't know if anybody knows that, but that is where we are located. So that photo at the top right, that is the guys, and we're really happy to be there. And then at the bottom there's my dog King. He's the mascot of our business, believe it or not. So we all love King. So with the funding, there's 2 main things that we're trying to accomplish here. The first is to continue investing into our shop space and our team. A portion of these funds will go towards that, the continuation of investing into our shop space on things like PPE and some amenities that help us attract and retain great employees. The remainder and the majority of this funding that we are trying to receive would be to go towards a truck, an additional truck for this winter. This would be outfitted with a snowplow and our company vehicle branding. The new truck would directly enable us to employ 2 additional local residents in our area. It would allow us to take on an additional 40 residents this winter for snowplowing, and then during the lawn care season, we would be able to take on additional 100. So, and I'll get into. I tried to break it down and keep it as simple as possible. We're requesting $40,000. We're requesting $40,000 to fully fund our growth plan this year. A $20,000 grant is also a possibility, of course. A $20,000 grant would not make our plan any smaller. All it would change is a smaller down payment towards a newer vehicle. We'll keep at least $5,000 as the minimum down payment so that a truck is financeable by a bank. And just to break it down, so that is what our trucks look like on the road. All of them are branded, and our customers have come to know and love them. $35,000 is what we currently pay for our vehicles. We typically try to be in the range of 5 to 10 years old, and the reason we do that is because we have found that those are still extremely reliable vehicles, but they have already taken their biggest depreciation hit from the dealership. And so we've just found that those are really great. They're work trucks, so they get really beat up. So the older, maybe I would call it cheaper trucks, we've just found have not been that great. We've tried a couple of different kinds. So, and then $11,000 is what it costs to have a snowplow purchased and installed. And then we would dedicate $6,000 to outfitting our trucks, putting the wrap on it, dash camera, and we always bring our trucks up to a specific standard to make sure that they're safe to be on the road for employees, so making any necessary repairs, things like that for those trucks.
Cameron, we are at time. If you got any final wrap-up thoughts.
Final wrap-up would be, I would just say, I mean, I'm happy to answer questions about the specific finances. What I would say, why the city of Bloomington should consider us. We're trying to build stable, meaningful jobs for people. including which are many immigrant families who are part of our team. We've seen firsthand that these are extremely hardworking people, and when people are given the opportunity to earn a living and build a future, the whole community benefits, and that belief is at the center of how we operate. And then the last closing statement I would say is that we care about what our work means for Bloomington. Each week our team helps keep neighborhoods looking their best, and we take pride in being a local business that both employs and serves the community we live in. This funding wouldn't just grow Bloomington, Mow, and Snow, it would also grow local jobs, support local families, and reinvest directly back into the city to help us get our start. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Cameron. All right, judges, you know the drill, 10 minutes.
Thanks for being here, Cameron. 5 minutes goes by fast, doesn't it?
It does.
You did
I was
a good
worried
job.
it wasn't going to be enough. I thought I was going to have more stuff to say.
I totally get it. Yeah, thanks for this, and thanks for putting the presentation together. Really straightforward ask and helpful for us to understand exactly what you're going to do with it. So thank you for that. Talk to us a little bit about why you're in this business, and I'd love explicitly to talk about are you currently. It feels like it's a capped business, meaning like with every single time you want to grow, you need to do an investment, right? Yes. And it means people plus then the equipment. Talk a little bit about what that looks like for you over the next 5 to 10 years, if the trajectory you're alluding to continues, and what are you turning away business now because you can't support those 40 in the winter and 100 in the summer? Like, help us understand a little bit about that trajectory.
Sure. So we got started, like I said at the beginning, I wanted to take lawn mowing off of people's to-do list because I hated mowing the grass as a kid, and I figured other people did. But you are correct that property maintenance is extremely capital-intensive business, and we are aware of that. I've always taken, I wouldn't say I'm extremely conservative nor super risk advantageous, for lack of a better word. We've found that financing is best reserved for assets that are used year-round. So all of our assets that are financed are for trucks only, because we don't want to finance a lawnmower in January when it's negative 10 degrees. And the same goes for lawnmowers. And so we try to keep overhead as low as possible so that we can continue to reinvest back into assets, invest into recruiting efforts. But it's definitely something that we will continue to face, and just try to keep everything overhead low so that we can continue to reinvest back into the business. Does that answer? Did I miss anything?
About the second part was about, like, are you currently capped because you don't have these resources? Like, how does that growth trajectory work?
Definitely for the winter we are capped. Just a little bit of background: we only service Bloomington for snow removal, and every year we are turning away business for snow removal specifically. With that being said, obviously the addition of another truck would allow some space to open up. We are proud to say that we are #1 on Google for snow removal, and so we, by having an additional vehicle, we'd be able to take on more work during the winter. Yeah, absolutely.
Can you talk quickly about how any of the external events, whether it be tariffs, which I think have impacted the cost of equipment and things of that nature, labor, you mentioned that you have some immigrant labor force that may have been concerned about things going on, or anything else, how they've impacted your business, and how, if the city helps you with funding, how you get through that part of it.
Absolutely. So tariffs specifically, we have not felt. This has not been a super capital expenditure year. More so on the labor side, happy to answer it. So yeah, we do employ immigrants. Some of our employees, not all. And January was tough for everybody, no matter what your status was. People were just afraid to go to work. And we were doing everything we could to try to be understanding of that, whether that be communicating with our customers, and just letting our guys know that we're looking out for them. If they ever felt uncomfortable, we did everything we could to try to remedy that for them. Sorry.
Can I quick add one
Sure.
thing? What about gas?
Gas.
I assume you use gas.
We do. We go through a lot of gas. Yeah, gas has probably been the biggest increase that we've noticed, that we've actually felt in our pockets. But it's one of those things where we just got to keep filling up the gas tank. So hopefully, does that answer your question? We might have to consider it if it keeps going this way.
So this. Oh, here we go. How do you service 350 employees with 350 clients with 6 employees? Like, how does that work?
They're busy. So we currently run during the summer. It's a little bit different. During the summer, we can service a lot more customers just because we can do it in an entire week versus snow. We got to do it in like 4 to 6 hours. And so we run 3 trucks for mowing right now, and each crew does anywhere from 20 to 30 houses a day. Some of them are every other week, and so we're not servicing each customer every single week, so that helps with kind of the offset there.
That's incredible.
How have you funded the business thus far? Like, how did you fund your startup costs? Did you get loans, or how did you get started funding?
Starting was really brutal. It was, like I was saying, it was her push mower, and I had no funding to get started. It was just sheer will. So that was 5 years ago, and just slowly, every time I had enough money, I would try to upgrade the equipment a little bit more. It wasn't until I would say about a year in, the banks actually wanted to give us money. And so that's where we got the first truck, the first plow. And ever since then, the only thing we've financed has been trucks. And so we haven't had any issues getting financing from the banks, at least up to this point, with trucks. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you again, Cameron. So we are running just a few minutes ahead of schedule, and we want to make sure all of our presenters are here. Our next one is scheduled to start at 7:30, so we thought we would take just a 10-minute break and aim to start again at 7:30. All right. And the dilly bars are still out there. I see the cooler. All right. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the break. So we are going to go to our 6th finalist presenting tonight. And from K&A Incorporated, we have Yoon, Ray, and Austin Lee. Let's welcome the Lees.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone, specifically the judges and everyone in the audience. I honestly wasn't really fully prepared for this kind of environment, but I'm glad there are a lot of faces to talk to. So yeah, my name is Austin Lee. This is my mother, Ray, and my father, Yoon. And we are here tonight on behalf of K&A Inc., which my father owns. So yeah, it is the company behind The Great Steak here in Bloomington, located in the Mall of America. We primarily sell American Philly cheesesteaks, and the company K&A is actually named after my brother Kelvin and me. So, that name kind of says a lot about what this family has always been about. So in terms of our story so far, my father's journey with Great Steak is actually a pretty classic American dream story. He came to this country and had started to build a genuine relationship with the franchise's owner, and eventually took over the location himself, and has run it as the owner of K&A Inc. for 2 decades now, which I think is very impressive. And in that duration, he has spent his time supporting our entire family every step of the way, including putting my brother and myself through college, which I just recently graduated from. Thank you. So yeah, that's not something that we really take lightly. Everything that this business has earned has gone right back into building our family back up. So it's exactly the type of thing that my parents have set out to do, start that family, raise a beautiful family, that kind of image. But that also means that after these 20 years, we have investing in us, we haven't really had a deep reserve to self-fund for what comes next, which is my mother's dream. So for what we're kind of thinking about is, well, my mother has always spent years cooking Korean food. Although not professionally, it has been for our church, friends, family, and really anyone that I have invited because I have bragged about her food and cooking. But yeah, anyone lucky enough to sit at our table. And the year after year, the response has always been the same. When are you going to open up a restaurant? So yeah, we've been sharing Korean food and culture with people around us long before it became this global phenomenon. I have noticed that Korean culture has become very popular and is the hot topic in zeitgeist, especially in Western culture nowadays. And we kind of want to take that opportunity and take it as an advantage, And, we have always enjoyed sharing our culture and our food and always seeing the different reactions that everyone has. And so far, we have only received positive. But yeah, the one thing that's standing between that and opening day is securing the right location and completing the renovations to bring it to life. And that's where the Hatch program comes in. So, admittedly, opening a restaurant is very cost intensive, and we understand that. This would be our second generation since we already have experience with a great steak and already have like a lot of that established in terms of like, food production and licensing and training and all that sort of thing. So it will be less expensive. However, realistically, we want to ask for as much support as available. Whatever that number may be is obviously up to you guys' discretion, but we are very optimistic, and all of it would go towards securing a location and getting it renovation ready. And that piece, turns from this someday soon kind of project idea to a start date. Now, this isn't just a concept that we're building from scratch. We'll be opening under the renowned celebrity chef and culinary judge Baek Chonwon's franchise. And for those of you who don't know who that is, he is Korea's most recognized chef and restaurateur, basically the Korean version of Gordon Ramsay. And he already has a brand that thrives in major US cities such as Chicago, New York City, LA, and many more. And it's not just something that we just read about in an article or have seen in the news or stuff like that. He's also talked about on his Netflix show, if you've seen. But we have gone and traveled, ate at the restaurant, and saw firsthand what an incredibly successful location would look like. And we personally do truly believe that it is going to be very successful or equally successful here in Minnesota. So this isn't just my mother's home cooking and a hope that people will show up and discover gold. It's proven recipes, a brand people already recognize, combined with my mother leading the kitchen and a community that's already been asking for this for years. So funding us means funding a business with a built-in customer base, a proven concept, and a proven cook, not a bet on the unknown. And so to kind of wrap things up, my father's story has really taught our family how to build something from nothing in Bloomington. This next chapter is about my mother doing the same, bringing something personal and something our community has already been asked for to do to life. And we'd be honored to have the Hatch Bloomington be a part of that story. Thank you, and we'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you all very much. Judges, 10 minutes.
What number are you looking for? What investment number?
So realistically, I know that you guys are looking to fund hopefully like 3 to 5 businesses with that in mind, and also obviously wanting to help out other businesses as well and raising up a better community. We would ideally look for 30,000. That said, the more the merrier, but as a baseline, 30,000 is something that we are requesting.
What did you say the name of the chain is?
The chain name is
Pax Noodles.
Pax Noodles.
Yes,
Okay,
Pax
very good. I love Korean food, so I am down with any Korean food I can get. I lived in San Francisco in the late '90s, and that was what you did.
Oh,
You went and had your and all the little fermenteds and I'm so excited about the concept. So that makes me happy. Can you talk a little bit about why? So. Was this is not the first year that is this the first year that you've applied to Hatch, or did you apply when we were doing it the other way? This is your first time. Okay. Can you talk a little bit about specifically about why this particular local tack that we're taking this year prompted you to apply as opposed to previous years when it was more of a, total entrepreneurial pitch competition?
왜 여기 제일 먼저 하는 거 다른 일 안 하고 왜 여기를 제일 먼저 apply하는 거?
You mean Bloomington?
여기 Hatch program 왜?
This is kind of more a lot of people coming to Bloomington, this area. Also, we're living in we are success to our business in a Bloomington Mall of America. There are a lot of people. Then they looking for the Asian food and the Korean food these days. So I think this is a good location to start with it, and a good location everywhere. It's easy to in and out.
And I think to better answer your question, it's definitely because in the past 20 years we have had that experience already built up from like I said, a previous franchise owner that my dad built a relationship. He currently resides in Vegas now, but since taking over, it's already been established. So steady progress and customer feedback and fixing everything and adjusting whatnot. We've been doing well, but again, for this specifically, since it is more about opening that new restaurant, the Korean cuisine, in a sense, it is kind of newer to us. But that's definitely why we have looked for this local, competition, and looking for more assistance to get that jump start that we are hoping to get.
And just a quick follow-up, are you planning to stay part of the concept? I don't know whether or not you went to college to do restaurant management or something like that, or is that the plan?
I actually just graduated with a degree of IT, so there are some aspects that I would be willing to help out, especially with like marketing and social media and maybe building a website and whatnot. But I mean, I'm just always happy to help my parents. They have helped me for the last 21, almost 22 years now, so I feel a little obligated. Plus, I also love sharing Korean culture. It's why I always beg my mom to cook for my friends. So, I mean, yeah, if they would have me, then I would more than happy to help them out.
So if you don't get any funding from this competition at all, would you still open the PAX Noodle?
We're looking for the spot.
Oh, we're looking forward to that.
Definitely.
It's really hard to find the spot, though. We're looking for second generation office. That's gonna save a lot of restaurant. That's gonna save a lot of money. If you guys know the place, let us know.
Oh.
It would be a lot of help. I mean,
We'll definitely have to connect.
Oh, well, hold on. I think one of our judges has a question.
Yeah, just a quick question.
Yeah.
How far along are you in terms of the concept? And meaning, like, have you put together a menu when you're thinking about your the food that you're serving? That would be also, I assume, would be served at the restaurant. Have you put together the menu? Have you thought about pricing, things of that nature?
this is a franchise concept, so we already got the menus and the prices, but we're looking for but no place spot yet.
Would you be adding to that? Would you be adding to that menu the items that you've made at your home?
My home?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! I mean, this is a franchise, so we want to go.
You're just going to stick to the franchise.
But
Got
I
it.
cook the same noodle concept things at my
Ah,
home, so
got
that
it,
a lot
got
of
it.
people know what's going on, and then even a lot of Americans looking for it too. So it would be successful.
Perfect. Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, any other questions from the judges? All right, now one more time for the Lee family. Okay, now we're going to hear from our seventh pitch of the night and hear from Rise Up Nutrition co-owners Delaney and Dave Wallman. Round of applause for the Wallmans.
All right. Hello, I am Delaney Wallman. This is my husband, Dave Wallman. We own Rise Up Nutrition in Bloomington. If you guys have never been, we're across the street from Nativity of Mary. We just celebrated 8 years last month, so we're really excited. Look how fun that is. Don't you just want to be a part of that? Okay, so we've been in business 8 years. We serve healthy smoothies, energy teas. We're basically like a healthy bar. Coffee shop vibe. People come in and hang out. It's a healthy fast food option. We're open 7 to 2 during the week, 9 to 12 on the weekends right now. Our mission is to serve and fuel healthier lives, serving nutritious smoothies, energy teas, create a positive, welcoming environment where people feel supported, inspired, and empowered. We're committed to giving back and serving young athletes and the community, and then raising leaders for a stronger tomorrow. Okay, so what we're looking for, where the Hatch funds would fund basically, is brightening up our space. So it's a little dark, but we also opened it up with a very low budget. So we really took what we could. Our countertop, actually, our full countertop was $75, and it's pretty long.
36 feet.
Yeah, so we did all the flooring ourselves, the tiling ourselves, anything where we could cut corners as far as pricing, because we just wanted a space to bring the community together. So we also want to make our bar more inviting. We actually don't have outlets on our bar, so we kind of have to turn. And then also people that want to maybe come and work or get some homework done, charge their cell phone, they do have to go onto the other wall where they're not as close to us. So it's the little things I feel that matter, because our bar is really where people come and we get to know them. I feel like we know every single person's name. So the community impact, something that this funding will help us increase. These are just things that we already do, but we would like to increase them on a larger scale. Vendor events, which we have gotten so excited about. We actually go out in the community, sporting events, usually attached to schools, but not always. A percentage goes back to the organization that we're working with. Fuel stops, we just happened to do one today. We hosted 30 of the Kennedy football team today. They got free smoothies post-workout. They came after their practice. Energy teas. We got to introduce them to our community. They all just hung out, just have a safe place to come hang. And then also utilizing to be able to basically fuel our athletes more. So Kennedy football team just happens to be the one that's top of mind right now that we're working with this month. From my understanding, they actually use resources from Veep right now, pre-football games. And so we would like to take that on and actually fuel them before their games, something to go. So that's just kind of, we're almost like just trying it out with that one team and a couple others just to see where it goes, but would love to expand to really every school organization in our community to be able to give back.
Yeah, our goal is to support 3 separate teams at a time. So we kind of do it season to season. So right now, working with the football team, we'll go from August till end of October, early November, depending on how far they get. Maybe they'll win a championship, so we'll get late October, right? But the goal is to work with 3 different sports teams between the 2 high schools here in Bloomington.
And Kennedy just happens, the football team, I've gone to church with the young kids on their team. We've, Rise Up has been a spot that they have hosted their youth groups. Yeah. We know the president. We just happen to be connecting with them specifically this month right now. Okay, and then the Hatch Fund would also support increasing the capacity to serve more customers, create additional employment with increasing our hours. We're actually only open till 2, which we would like to expand our hours so that those high schoolers have a space to come to after school, also in between their events. Yep. And then better equipped to give back more. Right now, we've had a couple opportunities where we've been asked to do vendor events, asked to stay open, and we just don't have the staff to do so or the products to do so either, because it is a little bit of an investment ahead of time for whether it's tables or coolers, more so our products. So we do have an exact number of $24,223.49. So if you ask questions specifically about that breakdown, my favorite is our flooring. So we rent from Galaxy Flooring. If you guys are familiar with that company, they're family owned. We couldn't really afford for them to do it for us when we moved in. We did it ourselves. But they gave us an estimate, and it'd be really awesome to have them redo our flooring. There wasn't a lot of people there was no one that wanted to rent to us or give us an opportunity when we first opened, and they did, and we love them for that. So it'd be really cool to work with them. So that's what I've got.
Yep.
We are on the dot.
Nailed it. Landed right on the dot.
Practice.
Maybe my football team should have went to the nutrition store, not the malt shop after practice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We also, on that point, we like to teach about nutrition around it. They're like, we can't afford to eat healthy. I'm like, let me tell you how much, what to eat, what to buy, things like that. Mm-hmm. So education around that.
That's awesome. Good deal. All right, judges, we'll give you 10 minutes.
I have a question about the numbers.
Yes.
So there's $2,000, but I don't know what is that tied to. And then the others, like $265.99, and what are they tied to?
Yeah, the electricity in the bar is the $2,000. That would be to add electrical outlets and USB ports for cell phones, but also give us the opportunity to take our blenders where our backs are to everybody, and we can be forward facing, so we can actually.
I got it. Thank you.
Our iPads also die, so we have to plug them in the corner.
We got iPads since we opened. They're still running strong. They just got to be charged twice a day. It's okay.
It's minor details. This adds up really quickly when you're what actually could change if we did a couple things. Mm-hmm. Something I also thought of, too, just listening to the other questions that you guys have asked, is if we were to take just one thing that would actually maybe impact, it would be our inventory, because we can pour back the profit into our inventory. The profit that we make off our inventory, pour back into all these things. It would just take a little longer.
Yeah, if I could ask a question about that inventory, talk a little bit about the I guess, the investment costs associated with the business? How much inventory do you keep right now? What kind of lead time is there? Has that been impacted by, the increases in tariffs and other things like that you've seen? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we actually order probably twice a week. We don't have a large stock. And in all honesty, we have had an impact with the increased pricing, but we haven't increased any of our pricing. A lot of I would say most of our clientele are young adults that they're looking to come and get, I would say most, Sean, I know. I know. Sean will take care of our funding by having his wife come in every day.
There you go.
But they are, it's $10 to come in. So to get something that's healthy, you get 2 drinks, you get a protein shake and an energy tea, and we just want to keep that at that $10 mark. Our athletes get a discount, so theirs is I think $8.
Yeah, 15%
off. And so it's been impacted because we've been just taking the cut on that. So that answers your question. But the inventory that we're asking for is 2 weeks worth of products.
Yes, we go through about $2,000 a week in inventory, and that's just to specifically serve the customers when they come in for a shake, tea, and aloe. Our goal is to also have added inventory on our shelves that can be purchased as full retail.
And to stock those vendor events.
And to stock those vendor events, correct.
Judges, any more questions?
Awesome. Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
how about a round of applause? Yeah, great job, guys. Thank you. Okay, our 8th pitch of the night is going to come from TBS Mart, Inc., and here to present from TBS is the owner, Imran Alakoze. Imran.
Sorry, it's not. Imran Alakoze is my brother. I think he was most of the time, but my name is Zia. It's my first time just to be invited in such an event, so apologize for any inconvenience. I'll just read it from the paper, what I got information. Good evening, everyone, and thank you to Hatch Bloomington and the City of Bloomington for this wonderful opportunity. My name is Zia Alakoze, and I am honored to present TBS Mart International Foods. TBS Mart was founded with a simple but meaningful mission to make people from every culture feel at home. We believe that food is more than nourishment. It connects us to our families, our traditions, and our memories. For many people who move to a new country, one of the first things they miss is the taste of home. Our goal is to bring that feeling back. Today, TBS Mart proudly serves customers from diverse communities, including Afghan, Somali, Middle Eastern, South Asian, East Africa, and many other throughout Bloomington and Twin Cities. We offer authentic international groceries, fresh halal meats, spices, fresh produce, frozen foods, sweets, and specialty food products that are often difficult to find in traditional grocery stores. However, we are more than just a grocery store. We are a place where people feel welcomed, respected, and connected. Our store brings neighbors together, help families maintain their cultural traditions, and introduces new customers to their rich flavors and cuisines of cultures from around the world. As our customer base continues to grow, we are ready for the next step. We want to expand our product selections, enhance the shopping experience, and introduce new services that better meet the needs of our community. Support through the Hatch Bloomington program would help us invest in inventory and improve our store and continue providing exceptional services to our customers. Investing in TBS Mart is an investment in Bloomington diversity, local entrepreneurship, and economic growth. As we grow, we are committed to creating jobs, supporting local families, and making Bloomington an even more welcoming place for people from all backgrounds. Our long-term vision is to become one of Minnesota's leading international food markets while remaining deeply rooted in community. We proudly serve. Thank you for believing in the local businesses and giving entrepreneurs like us the opportunity to share our story. We truly appreciate your time, consideration, and your support. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Now our judges will have 10 minutes to ask you some questions.
Sure. I'll try.
Thank you for being here. I love your store. I'm originally from Africa, and I feel like I'm home when I go shopping there. So it reminds me of home every time I go there. So the question I have for you is, you say that you need the money to improve the store. Walk us through, what does that look like? Like how much, what specific area are you improving, how much that's going to cost, and all that?
Thank you. That's a great question, and I was going to mention it, but I knew that's going to come into the questions. So if you have been to TBS Mart, there's a small, tiny place of meat shop. And so people are hardly trying to find what are they getting in there, just like we have a small butcher shop there. We are planning to expand that. We have already, actually from last year, we were talking to the contractors to remodel that. But for funding, we are still not able. So we are expanding the meat shop, and also there is a bathroom on the next section that is also according to the city code. It's not the way it's been made like long time ago, so that has to be made according to the city code, where disabled people can go in there with the wheelchair to use the bathroom. So those are the two specific areas that I want to invest.
Do you have an estimate for those?
I talked to the construction team. 3 different people offered me like over 50,000, 40,000. The lower was, and I chose to go with that, is around 35,000.
So you said you're Imran's brother?
He's my brother, yeah.
Okay, great. And you work there too?
I work there too.
Wonderful. And
I'm the older brother.
The older brother. Well, thank you for supporting your younger brother. That's very cool. Did you? So has this business, from what I understand, it's been in Bloomington since 2001. Has your company or has your family owned the business that whole time?
This used to be an Indian-oriented business from 2001. We took it over in 2022.
Okay.
The older owners, they retired, and we took it over.
Okay, great. That's helpful. Thank you. What has, if you could describe the impact of the last 8 months or so on your business, not just probably from the employees that you have and the customers that you have, but also, how have been the ability for you to stock items, to get in international food in through, your channels, et cetera?
Well, last year was very tough for, especially, I don't know for others, but for groceries and food services. The first thing for us was the road constructions. That really hurt us. Like the whole year, that road was closed. And I tried to call many departments to see if there's any funding available to cover those lost. But unfortunately, we couldn't reach to, because that was the state project that they do it. So the second thing up to that was the ice surge, which really hurt. People were hardly coming out to do shopping. Also, employees were not coming. They were scared. Almost I could see every day ICE agents could stop in front of the parking lots and chasing everybody, even me. So that really hurt our business.
So your price has gone up, like the same spice that I buy every single time. I think like it's $1 more or $1.75 more. Has that, because of the tariff and all that, other
Most of our food items, they're coming from overseas, India especially, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. We even bring from Afghanistan, like some non-food items in dry fruits. The tariffs really impacted that. When the tariffs got a little bit smoother than now what's going on, the gas price is going up. So, for example, per pallet, if they were charging us $250 from Chicago before, now they are charging even $300 to $350. So that's really impacting the prices to get up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions from our judges? Okay, thank you again for TBS Smarts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, our ninth pitch of the evening is going to come to us from Shifa Metro Clinic, and here to represent them is their owner, Abdirizak Nuno. Here we go. Applause, applause.
I had slides. Good evening, everyone. Actually, I would first like to offer you an apology. Dr. Nuno was unable to attend today. My name is Dr. Saida Yassin. I am one of his many consultants. I'm also a healthcare consultant, and I have been working with his clinic, so he's asked me to represent him today. Yes, thank you. The clicker? Okay, and sure, certainly. And then, oh, lovely. Okay. So again, thank you, first of all, for the opportunity. And judges, as well as the fellow contestants, I enjoyed even watching on YouTube the amazing ideas that you had. And as an organization, we're very grateful to have this opportunity, because this was something that Dr. Nuno did it on a whim, and we're one of the 10 finalists. So our topic today is about thriving. What if healing didn't come in a bottle? That's the question that I would like to approach and seek your assistance. Looking at this photo, I would like you to imagine those clouds that you can see. Mental health disease often feels like a heavy, invisible weight, or stormy clouds, depending on the person involved, which dampens a person's day or life. Today, I would like to pitch a treatment that augments conventional medicine and is evidence-based, which allows a ray of hope to those who are in despair. Before I move forward, I'd like to give you some context. Depression and anxiety are amongst the leading cause of disability. Millions of people struggle despite trying multiple medications, therapy, lifestyle changes, and other interventions. Per our state data, I would like to share some of that, approximately 34.2% of adults have been diagnosed with a depressive disorder, and at least 18.5% have reported anxiety symptoms, significant clinical anxiety symptoms. In regards to our youth, the numbers don't look good either. In our adolescent population, aged between 12 and 17, at least 12% of them have firsthand experience on a major depression disorder. And over 20% of our middle school as well as high school students have reported some symptom which relates to depression, so a depressive symptom. Also, our data unfortunately reports that of our younger community members, 64% of our younger Minnesotans do not have access to medical care, and over almost 200,000 adults are unable to get the needed counseling or therapy that is needed. And when they did their research, they noticed that the cited biggest barrier was the cost of medication, at least 34%. We're interested in the subset of patients who have treatment-resistant depression, in addition to patients who prefer a non-medical form of therapy. This is a significant unmet need, and this is the opportunity that we would like you to help invest in us. So the treatment that we are asking, or the equipment that we would like to buy, would be this, what we call a transcranial magnetic stimulation machine. This is an FDA-cleared non-invasive treatment that uses magnetic pulses to stimulate specific areas of the brain, and it is applied specifically to the areas that is responsible for mood regulation. It requires at least 30 to 36 sessions. It is a low pulse. It has significant advantages with very minimum side effects. I would say the side effect mostly cited would be like a headache. That would be what was triggered. So patients who can't tolerate medication, or this is a last resort, this would be a treatment that we would offer. And we have noticed that there has been significant success with this. We cannot claim it as causality, but we do know that patients who've used this type of therapy have had a decrease in suicidal ideation. There is a correlation. So our value proposition is simple. Patients receive an evidence-based treatment that can help restore function, improve quality of life, and reduce long-term healthcare utilization. Meanwhile, you'll be allowing us the opportunity to expand our services and create a scalable revenue stream.
Doctor, we are
out of time. Okay,
sure. But I'll bet you our judges' questions will get to some more of your material. So I'm going to turn it over to our judges for 10 minutes, but we'll see what their questions pull out.
Okay, thank you.
Well, why don't we have you move to your startup cost slide so we could maybe ask a question or two about that, because I know that'll come up anyway. Okay, great, perfect, thank you. So that's the cost of the machine.
Yes.
This is your total cost. Now this is an established clinic today.
That is correct.
Okay.
We happen to have two clinics. One in Bloomington, that was the original one that we opened in 2021. Okay. It's been 5 years running, and then now we have an additional one in Minneapolis.
Okay, great.
And that's the one that we have primary care to. Services.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so the ask at a minimum would be for support towards the machine.
That is correct.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate the context.
Initially, because we knew the grant was $100,000, we had to provide this information. I've spoken with Dr. Nuno, and our ask right now would be around $50K if possible. 25% would go to the machine and the hardware. Because there are contractors there and vendors who will be willing for us to do a payment plan. The chair is very important, one of the things, and then 15K would go towards training and certification and the necessary, I would say, certifications that come with it with the state. And 10K, we still need to have staff and retention of them. That's how we would spend it down. Yes.
Who are your clients? Do you have, like more BIPOC community clients, or do you? I want to know.
We have all walks of life. Being in Bloomington, we have all walks of life. The majority, because Dr. Nuno and a lot of his staff are bilingual. We also have, I would say, in the beginning, it was less immigrant-based. Now it's more than almost 50 or 25-75 where we have more immigrants coming into the clinic, yes. But we also serve seniors, we also serve veterans, and as well as the homeless community too, yes. Yeah. And because of that also, we have patients who we see who are uninsured, and we have people who have commercial insurance as well as unemployment insurance. So we have all walks of life. Yes.
How was your clinic affected by the events, the ice surge and the events of the winter?
So winter is manageable. We're Minnesotans, right? But when ICE came in town, a lot of things changed. The majority of, I would say, the immigrant community would not step into the clinic. We had already established with some subset of patients a telepsych option. For those who were technologically savvy, were able to do that. But we did lose a lot of patients during that period of time. We also had a lot of crises during that period of time too. Yes. And I would say the older generation were the hardest to conform to this new technology. So it is a good thing that most of them would have a caregiver, so it became like a caregiver burden. The younger youth or this child would be the one who would help connect so they can get the care that they needed. Yes. Yeah.
Do you already have a machine like this, or would this be a completely new thing for your business?
From what I heard, we have something similar to this. The fear, like, because it goes with different hertz, the concern that we have is if that one breaks down, we're stuck. We're not going to have another machine, because by the time the vendors come back and fix it, it's going to take a while. And from what I heard, that one was, because we're still an expanding clinic, it was purchased with a loan with a specific amount of money that needs to be paid off. Yes. So.
And what are the different kinds of therapy you do? So obviously this is more of a, I mean, I don't have the technical knowledge to explain what it is, but
Yeah.
but obviously there's talk therapy and there's different kinds of things. So what are the different kinds of therapies you guys offer? I mean, you don't have to go too exhaustive, but just like general.
So the one that I would say we've had a lot of success in our clinic is talk therapy, and partly it's because the majority Somali community are oral people, so that has been highly successful. The machine that is similar to this also does something similar to this that they have, which has been helpful. For some patients, we have to refer them out, but EMDR therapy has been very helpful too, because a lot of our clientele also happen to have PTSD, and that's one of the therapies. What are the therapies? Because we expanded to Minneapolis, we're also working out group therapy sessions, because we've noticed that in the community, having a group therapy, it fosters comradeship, I would say, and feeling as that sensation of being part of a community. We've had a lot of isolation post-COVID, yeah. And we've partnered also with a lot of people in the community, so we've also been having like healing sessions. That's some of the stuff, and educational sessions that I've been helping the clinic. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a quick question. Are you, or do you anticipate that you'll be impacted by changes to Medicare and Medicaid funding that may be coming forward?
That's an amazing question. Currently, no, but the likelihood is very high, because a lot of the community that we also deal with are underemployed, and they do get their services from them. We've had better success with the commercial insurances than with Medicare, Medicaid. And even we didn't get affected by the May 31st issue, but we've noticed that our state as a DHS right now is having a long lag time. It used to be 30 days for credentialing. Now it's exceeding even more than 90 days. So yes, and that's why it's important for us to find different revenue streams so that we can patch things, because having this machine could allow, if a person can self-pay, they'll be able to self-pay. We can have some money, some revenue there. If it's a commercial insurance, their pay is way better compared to what we get from our public, I would say, reimbursements. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I finish one thing? Because I just wanted to return to that initial question. It's not a pill. You're not only investing in a machine, you're investing in hope, recovery, and a treatment for the people of Bloomington. And as we said, we want them to thrive. So thank you again for this opportunity. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Metro Clinic. Appreciate it. Okay, we have made it to our final pitch of the night, and that will come for Zeke's Place. And presenting for Zeke's Place will be Ravindra and Sean Gurjunan. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for the opportunity today, as it means a lot to us that we have the opportunity to speak in front of everyone in the room. As you mentioned earlier, my name is Sean Gurjunan, and this is my father, Ravindra Gurjunan. So just some quick background information for those who don't know what Zeke's Place is. Zeke's is a family-owned and operated restaurant, and we've currently been there for a little bit over 20 years. What we specialize in is we offer a lot of burgers and sandwiches, and we offer a lot of affordable pricing for those who live around the Bloomington area. We're in West Bloomington, and we're currently located across from Dred Scott Park, where we serve a lot of sports players who come from the field and also a lot of local residents nearby. So what we wanted to really address is, for our remodeling project, was the carpet. So as I listed at the bottom here, the current carpet we have in the picture that you can see is currently 17 years old, and the average recommended carpet lifespan for the one that we have is around 10 to 12 years. In the picture, it does show that it's a little bit worn down after all this time, and the potential new update would assist with a lot of comfortability in the workplace. And it also helps for us to keep up with the modernization that we've been trying to focus on, especially since post-COVID with a lot of effects from that happening. We really wanted to make sure that we're still trying to attract a lot of new customers while also really trying to keep up with like the downsides that COVID had on us. Some of the recent projects that we had from that is that we had repainted throughout the restaurant. We had changed from tables and we had implemented booths instead, and we added a lot of LED lighting in order to help with the brightness inside the restaurant. Today, we're here requesting $15,000 to $20,000 for the new carpet, and any leftover or additional funding would be allocated towards a lot more minor business needs that would be within the budget. So this could be more minor equipment that is in the kitchen that would fit within the budget. And the interior design has definitely been something that's been a focus within the past 5 years for us, because we know that it's going to be able to attract a lot of new customers, but also for the employees that we've had at the restaurant, it provides a lot more of a refreshing and cozier environment for them, where we want them to be able to be wanting to come into the work every single day and being comfortable in that workplace. And something that we really wanted to highlight at the bottom as well is that something that I know my dad values a lot here at the restaurant is he doesn't want to just follow the safety protocols and what is just recommended for us, but he wants to give it his 100% at the end of the day for all the customers that are coming in. He wants to exceed all the guidelines and really show that like the professionalism from our end helps with our customer retention rate. We believe that Zeke's Place should be selected as one of the finalists is because of our positive impact on the community. So some of the most notable ones that I'll go past over here is number 2, consistent service that offers a sense of familiarity and belonging. From my personal experience, I've been here since I was 3 years old, and still when I come in to help with my dad at the restaurant, a lot of customers will say, "Oh, I remember when you were this tall," or they mention that they remember me. But it kind of goes both ways, because it makes me feel good on the inside knowing that after all this time, I'm still able that they are coming in for a certain reason, that they know exactly what they're getting from us, what type of service, and it means something to them. And going over to point 4 is that a lot of the part-time roles that we offer, a lot of our staff that is still with us they're not getting rotated out every 6 months or a year. We want to show them that, after they're coming from their full-time jobs, and we know that we want this to be a very flexible part-time job for them. They've been here for over 5-10 years, and we want to be able to maintain that. And so our long-term employee retention is really something that we value here too. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thank you. And now our judges will have 10 minutes for questions.
Do you lease the space, and if so, how long do you have left on that lease?
Yes, we lease. Our lease comes up in October, and we usually resign for 5 years.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for being here. Really, it's hard to go last. It's hard to sit through all of this. So really appreciate your stamina. We say that to all the people that at 10 o'clock are still talking to us at the dais. So really appreciate that. Is the you mentioned the carpet, the remodeling? Do you negotiate with your landlord around that? Like how does that work? Do they have to be involved in the selection of your carpet? Do you have full rights to do anything you want to on the inside? Like how does that relationship work?
Yes, we're responsible to do everything inside. Nothing to do with the landlord.
Okay. And you've been in that same location for the entire time that you've been there?
Yeah, so it's been 40-something years.
This September we'll finish 40 years.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Okay, very good. Thank you.
When you renew the lease, do you get tenant improvements? I mean, is there any sort of support from the landlord that could help with?
With that, no. The only thing they ever help with in the last 20 years, they help us. One of their rooftop AC, they helped us with that. Okay. But only half the cost. But we were responsible. But what they said was, being we were there so long, they helped us with something.
Okay. And then I'm not a carpet expert, but that feels like a very high number for new carpet. Have you had a formal bid done for the carpeting?
The space is 3274. You just saw a little space. It's all.
Yeah. That's just one picture of one
Yeah,
certain
I
area
understand.
just to highlight.
Of recent, no. In 22, when I tried to do it, it was coming up close to 15.
Okay.
So I didn't take one recently. I mean, yeah.
It makes perfect sense that in the summertime, your business probably goes gangbusters with the tournaments, et cetera, at Dred Scott, so you get a lot of players in. How do you make it through the winters?
Winters are rough. Our crowd is an older crowd, and a lot of our customers, from November to April, they move to Florida and Arizona. And you see them when April 1st come, you see them, and they haven't been here. And they walk in and they said, oh, we just landed or something. But yeah, being it's an older crowd, the retirees and stuff, we've learned. You make a little bit in the summer and you learn to manage the winter, but surely you do less business.
Thank you.
So, do you guys have? I mean, you're very established. I ate there. You didn't talk about the chicken. My daughter did. So, and do you guys have any future plans on sort of innovations? In terms of product offerings, whether it be on the food and menu side, or you used to have a pool table to bring people in, things like that. Are there any changes in the business that you're looking at in the future as well?
We used to have 2 pool tables. It took up a big area, and it didn't bring in I didn't feel like it did. And when COVID came and, we had to space the table out. And so we decided to, and because we were renting from AAA. A pool table, they told me, cost like $9,000 then. And so we have always asked for a new one because the people who plays want a new table. And they say, you can't have one. You don't do business. The pool table don't generate business for them, or very little. So that's what we were told.
We got more tables instead of that.
Yeah, so to further answer your question, so when we had mentioned like taking out those pool tables and when we did the renovations, we had added more booth space, so that helps us to generate a lot more business. But also, I think something that we've recently addressed is trying to get more like online sales. Just because we were like an older business in general, we really tried focusing. We have like we've given customers the ability to like order online, where it was only on the phone for, it must have been like over like 35 of those years, or even it was just a recent change that we had made, partnering up with like DoorDash, or even like it was Grubhub for a bit. We're really trying to expand it, be able to like have multiple different types of customers be able to like come into our restaurant, whether that's online, in person, and that's how we're trying to keep up like the business.
Yeah, I was going to ask that follow-up question on that. You mentioned it. I figured I'll ask the question. What is like do you know like the proportion now of like how your takeout and or online sales are doing, and is that trajectory going up? Like, how do you see that going right now?
Okay, so I'll mention 2 things. Pre-COVID, let's just use numbers. If we were doing 2% takeout pre-COVID, minus online, after COVID, takeout remained high, maybe 10%, and still remained there. So people habits have changed. And with the online, maybe a little more than that, yes. Yes.
Any final questions from the judges? All right, thank you. Zeke's Place.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So that is our last presentation of the night. Now our judges will become our jury. Over the next several days, our judges will deliberate and decide how this $100,000 will be allocated among the contestants that pitched tonight. We expect to have a final answer from our judges by August 5th that we will announce to the public. So again, judges, thank you for your thoughtful questions and sharing your expertise and your time with us this evening. Thank you to all of the businesses who made the pitches to us tonight and your investment in our communities. And as the mayor said at the beginning, thank you to our city staff who worked hard both leading up and during tonight to help pull off this event. We appreciate your efforts. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful evening and a safe drive home. Thank you.